Okay. Let's talk about Dagesh forte and Dagesh lene here. So if you look up at the board, we have the word Dagesh now followed by two Latin words, lene and forte. Lene in Latin means what? Do we have any Latin experts?
Light.
Light, soft, weak. Yes, and we get the word lenient from it. Forte means strong, and the word force would come from that word, right? So Dagesh lene then is weak Dagesh. Dagesh forte is strong Dagesh. Now we've learned about Dagesh lene already. It goes in a set of letters known as the Begad Kafat letters. The Begad Kafat letters are, say them with me, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Tav, right? Those are the Begad Kafat consonants. And they are there to help you with pronunciation, right? If there is a dot inside, you treat it as a stop consonant. And if there is no dot inside, no Dagesh lene, then you treat it as a fricative, and you don't close off the airflow completely, but you let the air go through the pronunciation of the consonant. So remember, not every consonant will be pronounced as a stop or a fricative today in modern pronunciation, in particular the Gimel, right? That's one where probably in ancient Hebrew, the dotted Gimel would be G, and the fricative Gimel would be R. It sounds like you're growling at somebody. Okay? Modern Hebrew professors do not distinguish the dotted versus the undotted Gimel. Oh, I'm sorry. I just put that over the Dalet, didn't I? My bad. That's wrong one. So Gimel. Okay? The Bet, B versus V. The Dalet, many Hebrew professors do not distinguish the dots of presence and absence. So they'll pronounce them both as D, but I do sometimes distinguish D versus the, like this. D, the, D, the. So you'll hear that from me sometimes. Kaf, it is distinguished. K versus Ch. K, Ch. K, Ch. Pei, distinguished. P, F. P, F. And then Tav, not everybody distinguishes, but I do. T versus Th, as in thin. Thin. Th. T, Th. Okay? So, those are easy enough, I suppose. What did we learn about Begad Kafat letters then? Begad Kafat letters come standard with Dagesh lene. That is to say, you should always expect a Dagesh lene and a Begad Kafat letter, shouldn't you? Because that's what they come standard with. There should always be one. And there will always be one unless something causes it to go away. And that's what we learn about in this chapter, is what makes a Dagesh lene go away. The answer, this is the way I like to put it, is the presence of any preceding vocal noise can cause a Dagesh lene to go away. Think about what vocal noise is. Vocal noise is when your vocal cords vibrate. Okay? So, try to hold your hand on your throat and do the A sound. Ah, ah, ah. Do you feel your vocal cords vibrating? Okay? So that's vocal noise, right? Vocalization is vocal cord vibration. Can you pronounce a vowel sound like an A without your vocal cords vibrating?
No.
No, unless you're whispering, right? Okay, but that's really silent, isn't it? You can't hear it. Okay? All of your vowels will have vocal cords vibrating and at the same time, air is passing through the oral cavity. Ah, do that with me. Ah, eh, a, e, o, oo, right? You're not restricting the airflow, you're just changing the shape of the oral cavity to get the different quality of sound. Okay, so all vowel sounds have air blowing through the oral cavity. Okay, so vowels constitute vocal noise. And then two other things in Hebrew constitute vocal noise. And these are the shavas that are vocalized. Vocal shava, right? And any compound shava, those are all vocalized as well. Those are vocal noise too. So vowels, vocal shavas, and compound shavas are all going to vocalize and have air blowing through the oral cavity. And the way I like to put it is, if you can imagine looking at the word bayit here, this kirik is a vowel. It is air blowing at the dagesh lene, and the dagesh lene is so weak, right? It's a weak dagesh that it will get blown right out of the begad kafat letter. Okay? So any vocal noise blows a dagesh lene away. And so the word for house is actually written this way. You see the tav here? It comes standard with the dagesh lene, doesn't it? Why is there not a dagesh lene there? Because the dagesh lene has been blown away by the preceding vocal noise in the form of a real vowel kirik. Look at the beit, though, of bayit. Is there any preceding vocal noise before that beit? No. Beit is a begad kafat letter. It comes standard with dagesh lene, and if there's no vocal noise before it, it gets to be where you expect it. Okay? So that's why bayit has two begad kafat letters, one with the dagesh lene, one without. There's no vowel, no vocal noise to blow the first dagesh lene away. If you take a look at the word midbar, which means desert, okay, bayit is house. Take a look here at the word midbar. I have a couple of dagesh, I have a couple of begad kafat letters, right? I have a dalet, and I have a beit here, okay? This dalet does not have a dagesh lene in it. This beit does. This is the way it is really written in Hebrew. So here's our question. Why is it that the begad kafat letter dalet is missing its dagesh lene? It has to do with this vowel right before it, right? The vowel right before it blows away the dagesh lene. It goes away. You won't see it there. Why does the beit have the dagesh lene in it? Yes, the shava is silent, which means it's not a vocal shava. It does not constitute vocal noise. What comes right before the beit? The D sound, right? Mid, bar. There's no vocal noise before that. So this beit will keep its dagesh lene. So it does not get blown away. All right? So that's the real principle here. The real principle here is simply dagesh lenes are always in begad kafat letters unless vocal sounds before it blow it away. Okay, that's all you need to know. Now take a look at this situation here. I have the word katala, and then the word for son is supposed to have a dagesh lene in it. But look at this situation here. Kametz hey, is that a consonant or a vowel? It's a vowel. Notice that a vowel in the preceding word, even though there's space right here separating the two, a preceding vowel could blow my dagesh lene away. And that is in fact what happens. So when I have a situation like katala bain, the kametz hey before the bet could cause the dagesh lene to go away, and I will see katala vein. Or to go back to the exercises that we were just looking at. We look at the Ross homework here. Number 5, okay? Here is the word le bane, okay? The word bane is supposed to have a dogish lene right there, right? But what kind of a shava is this under the lamed? It's vocal. Vocal shavas constitute vocal noise, so what will happen to my dogish lene? It is going to go away. And that's why this is levain. Okay, levain. All right. Well, we need to stop there. So that's how we'll end our class. When we come back, we'll talk about what a dogish forte is and how we can tell the difference between a dogish forte and a dogish lene. So for Wednesday, you'll have a quiz on lesson 4. So your homework is really to prepare for that, and then make sure you've read chapter 5. The homework will not be due, so if I have that written on the homework assignment page, we'll modify that. Homework will be due on Friday for chapter 5. I will finish going over chapter 5 and lecture on Wednesday. Okay? And I'll see you then.